The following is a presentation of RMG Sports, award-winning championship television.
Race fans, welcome to Chase to the Checkered. One race remained at Jennerstown, and every lap counted. The season is over, and only a select few would go home a champion. We're ready to scoot on out of here. This show is just way too rough. The season finale of Chase to the Checkered starts now.
Hi, I'm Don Euster from Stallstown, PA. Race fans, start your engines.
Race fans, welcome back to Chase to the Checkered. Let's get right to the highlights of the Jennerstown Speedway Street Stocks. After a multi-car spin on lap 1, number 07 Josh Dunmeyer assumed the lead. Number 0 Dink Colarusso had worked his way through the pack from his 5th place starting slot to join in the pursuit of Dunmeyer. The restart after a lap 9 caution put the number 0 next to the 07, and Dink blasted out to the front. Colarusso survived 2 late race restarts and went on to win the Street Stock feature. This was the Jennerstown Speedway record-breaking 16th win of 2003 for Dink Colarusso.
My crew wanted this 16th win. We'd wrapped that championship up last week. That's what I was after. I got a lot of grief this week about coming out and giving 110% because them guys wanted it. So whatever they want, they were the guys that made the cars the fastest this year, so whatever they want, I just rolled with the flow of it.
Colarusso was followed by Roger Onstad, Jason Holder, Josh Dunmeyer, and Bill Ashton in the top 5 finishers of the Street Stock feature. Now, the action from the Jennerstown Speedway Chargers. Number 22 Dwayne Knoll held the lead from the start. But the real battle was for the points lead between number 24 Chantal Germick and number 27 Greg Preisner. Whoever finished better would be the points champ. On lap 7, Preisner used number 74 Haas Grubbs to block Germick and moved ahead of 24. With 2 laps to go, number 57 Andrew Kostelnik was against the backstretch wall and brought out the caution. On the restart, the 22 took off with the lead and led every lap in the race. Dwayne Knoll won the Charger feature at Jennerstown. This was the Irwin, Pennsylvania driver's 3rd win of 2003 at the Laurel Highlands Oval.
Coming into lap 13, I seen green. Haas Grubbs is behind me, and I knew he was back there, and I didn't want to see no cautions, and I just lucked out, and the car was running good after the caution, so I was lucky.
Number 27 Greg Preisner finished 2nd and was crowned the 2003 Charger Division champ. We'll talk with him later on C2C. Knoll and Preisner were followed by Haas Grubbs, Chantal Germick, and Mike Stevens in the top 5. In the mechanics race, Bill Oddie took home the trophy.
I see a little scrape here. Did you hit the wall?
No, I didn't hit it. My driver did.
Everybody behind me saying, no, you did it.
I didn't hit it.
Oddie was joined by Renee Germick, Jared Stevens, James Taylor, and Jeff Giles Sr. in the top 5. Get ready for the last running of the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Trucks. On the first lap, number 20 Josh Kokenauer beat and banged his way to the front of the field past number 41 Derek Wing. Number 8 Marion Reno Jr. followed past for 2nd. A few laps later, Reno worked his way next to Kokenauer, but the defending champ almost lost it in turn 4. Kokenauer took advantage and throttled ahead. That was as close as Reno or anyone else would get to him as Josh Kokenauer went on to win the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Trucks feature. This was the Somerset, Pennsylvania driver's 4th win in 2003.
My crew set up a truck tonight, worked good on the outside. I knew I had Reno behind me, pressuring me. Means a lot to go out with the bang. This is the way I wanted to do it. It was either going to be checkers or wreckers tonight, and we got checkered flag.
Kokenauer was followed by Marion Reno Jr., Derek Wink, Jason Lasky, and Todd Price in the top 5 finishers. Now, the division finale of the Jennerstown Speedway Modifieds. Number 37, Paul Urso, held the lead in points and took off with the lead early on. But number 1, Mike Bacalon, was storming up to challenge. Urso kept Bacalon at bay, but number 15, George Nicola, slowed everyone down under the yellow flag with 9 laps to go. Mike Bacalon took off with the lead when the green fell, with Paul Urso trailing behind. Urso could finish second behind Bacalon and still retain the front spot in the division. The number 1 moved out with the lead and the win in the last modified division feature race at Jennerstown. This was Mike Bacalon's 7th win of 2003.
You know what? Them guys were really tough. I had to drive really hard to get that win. And you know what? I guess that was, looks like the points championship to me.
On the race's final lap, number 97, George Nicola Jr. moved alongside of Urso and passed him for second as they crossed the line. Urso's 3rd place finish moved him into a tie with Mike Bacalon in the points. The tiebreaker is the total number of wins. Bacalon had 7, Urso had 2. Paul Urso lost the championship by about 3 feet on the last finish of the last race.
That's, yeah, just a couple inches. George got me at the flag, man, and nothing I could do. He had a faster car. Mike's been racing forever. He's one of the best drivers around, so to be tied with him in points, just lose out on it on the overall wins, that's good for me.
Bacalon, Nicola, and Urso were followed by Jason Bush and Jim Nicola in the top 5 finishers of the modified feature. Coming up on C2C, we'll hear more from Mike Bacalon and all of the other division champions in our Salute to the Champions presented by Romesburg Media. But next, we've got the highlights from a rough night of racing in the PA Legacy Series and the Rolling Rock Late Models. We'll give you 2 minutes to clean off the top of your TV. You'll need to, or these highlights might do it for you. Coming up next on Chase to the Checkered. Race fans, Chase to the Checkered is back. In the men's 100-lap enduro feature, Greg Lohr was the winner.
I was worried about my tires there towards the end because the thing started sliding around a little bit. I didn't know how much, because I had a little bit of trouble with these tires. They got a lot of grip, but they don't seem to last too long.
Lohr was followed by Jim Biss, Deidre Petrie, Mike Stevens, and Larry Miller in the top 5. Now, the fist-flying action from the PA Legacy Series feature. Number 70, PJ Ehrlich, and number 24, Jamie Bolkovac, were tied for the series points lead at the start. But number 04, Rick Boyer, had the pole position and took off with the lead. Bolkovac and Ehrlich were in a hot battle. Whichever driver finished ahead of the other would be the series champ. With 7 laps remaining, number 4, Brett Boyer, spun on the front stretch, brought out the caution flag, and bunched everyone up for a restart. When the green dropped, the front 4 were fighting hard for position. With 5 laps to go, number 59, Kyle Martell, joined the fight, making it 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. PJ Ehrlich led up and moved behind Jamie Bolkovac and next to number 13, Chris Brink. With 2 laps remaining, number 59, Kyle Martell, moved ahead of Jamie Bolkovac for 3rd place. Number 13, Chris Brink, tried to do the same, but he got loose tapped the 24 and sent the division co-leader into the turn 2 wall, eliminating her from the race and from contention for the series championship. Brink was sent to the back of the pack for the restart. After the single file restart, number 04 Rick Boyer resumed his lead and went on to win the PA Legacy Series feature at Jennerstown. This was the Blairsville, Pennsylvania driver's second win at Jennerstown in 2003.
If you can take away that big sweeping turn, you got a chance, and it paid off.
Boyer was followed by Dave Campbell, Brett Boyer, Kyle Martell, and PJ Ehrlich in the top 5 finishers of the feature. Jamie Balkovac and her father John approached Chris Brink after the race to express their opinion. Jamie quickly turned to violence and a melee ensued. For the benefit of the families and children that are watching, C2C has decided not to air the footage of the fight that followed. Needless to say, suspensions and fines were handed out by both the PA Legacy Series and Jennerstown Speedway. Remember, race fans, violence is no way to settle disagreements. But if you're looking for violence in this week's show, here come the highlights of the twin features of the Rolling Rock Late Models. Race 1 got off to a horrible start. On lap 1, number 81 Brad Creighton got sideways on the front stretch, causing a major incident. Collected in the mess were number 98 Neil Brown and number 60 Tommy Beck. All drivers were okay.
I feel bad for everybody who was involved in it. You know, Brad got a little bit loose coming off of 4 and come back up across the track, and we got into him and trashed a bunch of good equipment tonight.
I don't know who was behind me that first, second lap, whatever it was, coming off turn 4. Whoever it was coming through turn 4 got underneath the back and he got me sideways, and then coming out here on the front stretch, I got tagged again.
I don't know, in racing you just got some good drivers, some bad drivers, and some people are just assholes, and I guess we saw one of them here tonight.
Both Beck and Brown hopped into backup cars and were back out on the track. Creighton obviously was done for the night. After they got things rolling, points leader number 75 Barry Oddie took the lead from number 1 Chucky Kessler 3 laps into the race. Oddie held the lead for 10 laps, but surrendered the front spot to number 11 Bobby Henry. At the race's midway point, the field slowed under a caution brought out by a spun number 69 Chris Lester. Henry and Oddie had a brief battle, but the 11 moved out to the front. The race remained caution-free, and Bobby Henry held the lead all the way to the Checkered, taking the win in race 1 of the Rolling Rock Late Models. This was the 3rd win of 2003 for the Connellsville Comet.
It's just nice to be in the hunt at this late in the game, you know. Years past we had some bad luck. This year we had a little bad luck one night. If I had to take that one night away, we'd be right there, but it's been a good year for us.
Henry was followed by Barry Oddie, Chucky Kessler, Kerry Tadero, and Sean Beam in the top 5 finishers of race 1. Race 2 was considerably more sublime. The silver bullet of number 98 Neil Brown quickly moved ahead of the field with the lead. Number 75 Barry Oddie started 6th and worked his way up. 18 laps in, number 94 Mark Smith was stalled in turn 3 and slowed the field under caution. The Brooks Automotive Group pace car dipped into the pits as Oddie and Brown were door-to-door for the start. Oddie shot out with the lead. 2 laps later, number 11 Bobby Henry got by Brown for second. Henry was looking to make it 2 in a row, but he would never catch the 75. Barry Audi built up a nice lead and went on to win race 2 of the Rolling Rock Late Models. This was Audi's division-leading 6th win of 2003.
It was really loose first race, and we made quite a few changes for the second one. It was right on the money.
Barry Audi was followed by Bobby Henry, Sean Beam, Kerry Tadero, and Neil Brown in the top 5. Coming up on C2C, we'll introduce you to the 2003 track champions of Jennerstown Speedway in C2C's Salute to the Champions, presented by Romesburg Media. Don't move, race fans. Chase to the Checkered will be back right after this. Race fans, welcome to our Salute to the Champions, presented by Romesburg Media. In the Jennerstown Speedway Chargers, Greg Preisner and Chantal Germick wowed race fans by taking the points championship right down to the wire. This division had some of the best racing of the year, and Greg Preisner came out as the division champion.
We never touched, you know what I mean? If we did, it was by mistake. Nothing was intentional, so that just proves what kind of competitors there are in this class and everything, and I'm very flattered to represent this class.
Preisner was followed by Chantal Germick, Haas Grubbs, Mike Stevens, and Dwayne Knoll in the top 5 Charger points getters for 2003. In the Jennerstown Speedway Street Stocks, we can now officially bring Dink Watch 2003 to a close. The West Mifflin driver simply dominated the 2003 season, breaking 2 Speedway records and collecting his first championship.
I'm pretty much speechless right now. We finally just left our hair down tonight because all the hard work, and we kept at it, and I'm really speechless.
Colarusso was followed by Roger Onstad, Jason Holder, Billy Mossdollar, and Josh Dunmeyer in the top 5 finishers in the 2003 Street Stock Points. The Jennerstown Speedway Modifieds were another division that took the championship right down to the wire. Paul Urso and Mike Bacalon swapped the lead throughout the season, but the championship came down to some hard racing and a 3rd place finish by 3 feet in the last race.
When the racing gods, you know, it was up to them, and honestly, on a white flag lap, I just won the race. I figured at least I won tonight. And then I come around, I seen the 97 was in front of him. I was like, holy crap, you know, I couldn't believe it myself.
Bacalon was followed by Paul Urso, Jason Bush, Brian Stevenson, and Bob Bentz Jr. in the top 5 drivers in the 2003 Modified Division point standings. In their last year at Jennerstown, the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Truck Division gave fans some of the best racing of 2003. Todd Price started the season in the lead, but number 97 Jason Lasky took the front spot for several weeks. Lasky had some bad luck toward the season's end, and the consistent Todd Price retook the points lead and once again was crowned champion.
It's been a lot of fun. I started the trucks in '96. It's been fun through the years. This is our second championship, and it's nice to go out and a champion in the last division as far as the trucks.
Price was followed by Marion Reno Jr., Josh Kokenauer, Jason Lasky, and Derek Wink in the top 5 of the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Truck Division points. In the PA Legacy Series, a series of late-season trips to victory lane moved P.J. Ehrlich into a tie for the lead in the last race with Jamie Bolkeback. Bolkeback's misfortune and a top 5 finish moved Ehrlich into the top spot.
Didn't think we'd have our championship there, so got a little worried, hoping for another caution. Then her and Chris Brink got into it, so that kind of sealed the deal, so I had a big smile on my face after that.
Ehrlich was followed by Kyle Martell, Jamie Bolkeback, Brett Boyer, and Rick Boyer in the top 5 finishers in the 2003 PA Legacy Series points. Finally, in the Rolling Rock Late Model Division, Neil Brown looked to be on his way to his third consecutive track championship, but this July 26th incident seemed to take the wind out of his sails. Brown never fully recovered from that night. Barry Audi, on the other hand, stayed the course and was a consistent top 5 finisher. Despite being involved in this wreck in July, Audi recovered and took the points lead in late August. Audi never looked back and was on his way to winning the 2003 Rolling Rock Late Model Division crown.
Actually, I mean, we got lucky. I mean, Neil had a bad night. Bobby Henry had a bad night. I mean, if it wasn't for that, one of them two would have probably won the championship instead of us. So it all worked out. We all had one bad night, and it just worked. I mean, we had nothing to lose. We just went for it every night, and we come out on top. It's really satisfying after as much work as we put into it all year long and what we went through with the wreck and stuff like that. I mean, I'm glad it's over.
Audi was followed by Neil Brown, Bobby Henry, Mark Catone, and Tommy Beck in the top 5 point getters in the 2003 Rolling Rock Late Model Division. Well, race fans, that wraps it up for this year. We thank each and every one of you for spending some time on Saturday morning watching our show. We hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you'd like to contact us, shoot us an email at c2cfanlink@romsburgmedia.com. Also, don't forget to visit C2C's online bitbox at chasetothecheckered.com. We'll be posting important information about our 2004 season as soon as we get it. I'm Steve Richard. We'll be back in 2004, bigger and better than ever. We'll see you next year on Chase to the Checkered.